First we unscrew all these screws you see here and this side here, yeah, and then at the bottom there's a bunch of screws. So we'll see how many we have to unscrew in order to get inside the These are the sides that come off, and on one of the sides is you know, all these switches and I mean plugs. So you need to make sure that you mark them if you unplug them, so that when you're gonna know at the end to put them back together exactly how they had been before when you open the keyboard. So right here, you see, it's kind of tricky because this piece covers the stuff, you see, like this, and so it's right in here. This is a rod, so I try to get it out now. And it's the same on the other side. It's also in there, you see. It's right here. So you see the short rod you put in there. Then this one, with this one you push the rods on the other side out. You use this type of hammer, you see. See, it's coming off. One of these are already inside. One of these is in there, and he was pushing the other rods, the old ones, out on this side right here. Now I'm gonna hammer this one all the way in. This is the second short one in the kit. The second short one is gonna go in all the way in there. And then you can show how the other one dropped. This one out, okay. Yeah, that's it. I'll just use the screwdriver to push the short rods inside as much as I can, as deep as I can. Okay. And I don't know how old is your keyboard, but you know, at this time when you have it all open, you might you know, take this opportunity, you know, and take some kind of brush like this and just clean all the keys, you know, and all the passages here. And this, you see. Let's see. Yeah. Saying, you know, when you pull this last, you know, the long plastic rod, you gotta be careful when it goes in. Then you know that you hold it with both hands, like this, and then you slowly go. You see, like you don't just hit it like this. You have to hold it, you know, like a certain way that you don't break it, you know, and you have to be patient and you have to do the stuff slowly, and then the rods will start coming out. Because this one you can always go in and out, because this one is going to be used for the grease, to grease the. On these you put grease, and we'll do that later. But now we just try to get all the rods out. I mean, the two short rods, they're gonna stay inside. You see, actually they're already coming out. It's easy to take them out because these ones are the new ones. The old ones are kind of stuck, and you can see them here. So with my keyboard I got like one really short one, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 these rods, these sides, and this is all that it came out. And now the new ones, it's easy to take them out because they're not stuck inside the shaft. And that's it. So now the next move is going to be, we're going to grease the shaft and then put these long rods inside. I guess I'm going to push with these long ones, I'm going to push all the rest of the stuff that is still inside, you know, that was in the kit, the short rods. Okay, so what was confusing to me is that when you push all these rods in, you know, what happens actually, you get stuck with the short one, like this, and then, you know, you push this one in, and once this one is in, you're stuck with the short one still inside the shaft. So there's no way you can grease the shaft if the shaft is not free. But once all the rods are out, and you have this new one, short one, stuck in the shaft, there's no problem, you can always use this one, because what you're going to do, you're not going to actually have to use the hammer, you see, because this one now goes in smoothly, you see, like this. They tell you not to use this one to tap the old ones out, of course, because then when you're tapping the old ones out, you use the force. And when you use force with a hammer, yes, you might bend it, you know, or you might, you know, just somehow damage it. But this way, you don't have to be scared, you know, you can just push this one in, and it will push the whole thing out. And what is going to happen is, it's going to be like, let's say this much is going to stick this much out, and it's going to push the short one out, and then it's going to push this plastic one a little bit out. And when the plastic one comes a little bit out, when it's sticking out, you just pull it out. It's so easy. And then you also pull the long one out, you know, and then everything is ready to grease the shaft, because the shaft is now unblocked. So this is the grease, you know, that I received in the kit, in the repair kit, and this is the glove. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, you know, this grease and I'm gonna put it on this. So okay, so now I have the grease on the glove, and I'll try to do. Probably you gotta be careful not to put too much grease, because then it gets really sticky, sticky, icky. You better put less of it at the beginning, and then push it through a few times, and then if you have a feeling that it's maybe needed more, then you do more, but just not to exaggerate in the very beginning. And then you know, you spin it a little bit like this. Yeah. And then I use a little bit more, and I go for the plastic one is so long that, you know, when you push it in on one side, it goes over the half of the keyboard, over the half of the shaft. Mm-hmm. So when you come from the other side, it's going to cover also a little bit of the other half. So which means the whole shaft is going to be greased, you know. Mm-hmm. And you push it in really slowly, because that aligns the keys. So you got to be careful, you know, that you don't force it in. Yeah. Okay. And I'm gonna go to the other side. I'm gonna do it again, just to make sure that it's good inside and on the way. So anyways, what I done is I pushed the plastic rod all the way in, mm-hmm. because in the instructions they say that it's gonna, you know, it's gonna be a guide for the one of the long rods that you're supposed to put in, one of the two. Mm-hmm. And now I put a pea-size amount of this grease and on the end of the first rod. Okay, so now you push it in. Like I said, you don't need a hammer. You just go slowly. You push it in. It should go easily in. I mean, not so easy, not too easy, but just easy enough that you don't need no hammer. You just need, you know, your finger. You see now, it pushed out the plastic rod. Now what you do is, you can use this one, the plastic rod. You take it out. You go back to the other side and you push. You know, that first rod that you pushed in, you can use the plastic one to push it in further, you know. Okay, now I got a little bit stuck, so we'll have to see. I'm gonna go on the other side now and try to realign the keys so that the rest of the procedure goes okay. Okay, I got it through. So now I'm just gonna push this one in and leave the plastic rod inside on the other side, and then I'm gonna use now the second. Okay, so now both rods are inside, and what you have to do at the end, you see this one, this stuff that you had to open to find the rod, you know where it was. So this one covers it, you see. You close it like this. That's it. You just bend it, you know. It's screwed from the underneath, but you don't need to unscrew it because it's also very difficult to get in, and you don't actually need to take this plate off. They will tell you in the instruction you just have to take everything away and off of the keyboard and stuff. You don't need to do that. This one can stay on and you can still do the work. So you just need to remove the sides and actually the front part, the back part, and you know, the sides, and that's it. And so you just push this one back in, you know, and then you do the same thing on the other side. So then the rods are actually placed together. You know, you push back and forth and then you make it even on each side for a rod to stick out, let's say pretty much the same way out as on the other side. And then you just close it with these two. You just bend them back on each side. It's like you close the rods to, you know, together. Okay, the first one is this one. You don't have to mark this one because it's only one that you're gonna unplug. You see? To actually put this side on, you just have to unplug this one. Now you figure out, don't push nothing too hard, because if you push it, and you know, you might destroy the chips, and then your work is done, it's over. So we try to figure out now. Yeah, okay, it's this way, like this. So you know, gently you gently press in the sides, you know, on the sides like this, with the nail maybe, and on this side until it plugs in. Now it's plugged in. That's it. Like this. Now these cables, they have to be marked. Each end, it has to be marked how it fits into the other side. Because then you're gonna have to know which thing goes into which one. Okay. So how you can try the keyboard if it works is gonna be once you plug all these ones in, you don't actually even need to screw all the stuff on, you know, or these sides. You don't need to do that. You just can plug this, and then you can plug in the electricity, and then you can try the first, you know, you can do the first test. So that's how I mark them. I just put some kind of numbers. You can do even letters or however you want to do it. And on this one, so that you know which one goes into which one. And that's it. Okay, now so you can come here and look. This is still open. See, I didn't put this side on and I didn't put this side on. So it's not completely finished. See? Okay, but it's enough. I put this stuff together. I didn't screw it yet, so, and now I plugged it in, and now I'm going to turn it on. Now it's on. That's it.
Bravo!
Job is done.
Yay!